Hola, ¿cómo estás? This is Cerveza Boyz.
Looking
Episodes 7.
look even more Hispanic than ever, my brother.
Siete.
Damn,
Episode
that many
siete. Yeah, man. Fucking on a roll.
multi-series boys. I like it. Yeah.
I was going through topics today. And, I was just thinking, I was listening to Uncle Chael and
Yeah. Yeah.
call him. That's what you should call him. And I was thinking, I was
Uncle.
like, he was talking about what makes a fight great. Why do you watch a fight? And he made this is the fascinating thing about Chael. He comes across there's these moments of brilliance combined with moments of sheer stupidity. And this was one of brilliance. And it's like, why do you watch fight? I was like, because there's a conflict and there's an immediate resolution. And I was like,
True.
yeah, that's right. Because I don't get that in life. I get a lot of conflicts and I get a lot of resentment. But this is what a fight is. It's a conflict and it's a resolution. I like
And that's
that.
why people hate decisions so much. Like
Oh,
there's nothing more
we
final
sent
than
it to the
a knockout.
arbitrator because we
Yeah.
couldn't settle it ourselves.
No satisfaction in that. No satisfaction in that.
If I ran a UFC, if I ran a MMA organization, you get a cut and pay if it goes to a decision. Like
Whoa.
if you're on the losing end of a KO or a submission, you get paid more than a decision. I fucking. What do you think of that?
How about just like you go until it's over? Like
No,
there
that
is
could
you don't
go
stop the
forever.
match.
It could go forever.
Really? You think so?
I think people would have trained for it. Look at boxing.
Yeah. Okay.
They used to have 15 rounds. They had to cut it down to 12 because people were falling asleep. Like the time limit's there for a reason. Because if you don't have the time limit, people are, I'm just going to have endurance. I'm going to punch I'll throw a punch around until he gets tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about okay, yeah, you know what? Nothing motivates a fighter like a pay cut.
What?
I know this because I saw the
Pride.
And the beautiful
throw
yellow,
yellow card.
man.
I think this is better though. Look, we're not going to dock your pay, but I guess they give the bonuses. If you finish, I would increase the bonuses. If you finish your opponent, you get a bonus.
If it goes to a decision, you are not eligible for a bonus.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Knockouts only. Those are the only.
You make the bonus, like you can make the bonus twice as much as the paycheck. Yeah, I would be fighting for the KO. KOs get the most.
The yellow card is a must. You have to have that yellow card. How much of a deduction in pay was the yellow card?
10%. 10%.
That was some Japanese Yakuza genius right there. That is how you make sure the fights stay entertaining.
There was one fight I remember watching. This Quentin Rampage Jackson. I think he was fighting Kevin. Two black guys fighting in Pride, and they're fucking fighting. And the referee, the little Japanese, gives him the yellow card. And I'm kind of shocked. And Quentin he turns to the ref in the middle of the fight, goes, What? And he turns back his opponent and just finishes him. And then he goes and starts yelling at the ref. He's pissed. 10% of my pay. But man, you want to talk about motivating somebody? Take a little bit of their money away, man. Yeah.
That's how you creative, man. I love the idea.
But conflict and a resolution. Look, if you're going to have a conflict and let it go to you know what I also hate? Fucking hugging it out with your opponent afterwards and acting like, oh, we're cool, we're buddies now. I don't like it. I've never liked it. Just if you knock a guy out, just fucking leave. Don't go tell him good fight.
You're right. I don't care for that either. I think the one time I accept it is when it's a true bloodbath war. Sure. Like you can tell that both they took some years off each other's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a true, especially those moments where it's the last round and they just say, fuck it, just go. And it's just,
yeah. Okay. Okay. There's exceptions.
I could be like, okay, that's all right. That's all right.
I'm thinking of the Gaethje Ferguson fight, and Gaethje just humiliates. He humiliated fucking Ferguson. You beat this man to a pulp who was considered the best in the world. And then you go over and try to hug him afterwards, and he pushes you. Don't fucking hug him, boo. Leave him. And then Gaethje's getting mad. Like, why would you hug? It's humiliating. You were number one, and now you're not. That's an ego fucking destruction.
Let's also remember that Tony Ferguson's a little psychotic too. But you don't want to be touching somebody.
If I'm the number one fighter in the world and I just get my ass beat and my opponent comes over and tries to hug me, I am disgusted. I think less of this man. Look, I just beat your ass. I'm gonna give you your space, bro.
I think I think we can all agree that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah,
best.
Yeah, there's no need for that shit, man.
Revel in your victory and let your opponent revel in their defeat.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, but of course, not everybody, Chase, is able to take the pain of defeat. Very
true, right?
Yeah,
like Johnny Walker,
Mr. Johnny Walker. First of all, he's Brazilian. His name's Johnny Walker. What is?
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Did you see the video, Chase?
I did. Well, I saw his pathetic attempt to address the hate that came his way with his girlfriend on his lap. Yes.
That was a weird move. Why have the girlfriend, like, this is about you and you have the girlfriend on the lap? What's going on?
It was incredibly weak. And I'm looking at the comments below and they're all supportive. Oh, the trolls don't mind the hate. And I'm like, brother, you're fighting for a living. You are punching people in the face, knocking them out. And people are watching you. They're throwing down money and they're saying, this motherfucker's going to knock out this motherfucker. Talking shit and trolling is why we are here. We are here for the high. I like my fighters, and there's fighters that are bums in my head. I didn't mind you. I found you entertaining. You got your ass knocked out. But you going on there, and then you have your girlfriend sit on your lap. Your girlfriend sit on your lap, and your girlfriend's lecturing us. It's the most, it's virtue signaling. You got all these fucking weak people supporting a weak man, because that's how I describe him. Now, if you can't take this, man, I don't know what you're doing. You got knocked out in a fight. That's a consequence of it. Move on.
And did you see, what's the name of his opponent? The guy who beat him, the black dude?
Hill.
I don't even know.
His last name is Hill. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
something Hill. Yeah.
He gets on and he gives this video where he is just as he's on the boat like him. Like, man, I'm just telling all these trolls, you know what I'm saying? These trolls, man, y'all fuck, none of you could be in the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, these just goes off and off, starts yelling at everybody, saying how unfair it is, how to leave Johnny Walker alone. And I was just like, you think anybody who wants a savior like that, you think he needs to be saved? And it just, what it made me think of, Jason, you'll be proud of this. It made me think of LeBron James. And it made me realize that the modern athlete, the athlete in the 21st century, has to be a preacher. You can't just be an athlete. You have to have some righteous cause that you represent.
They want to be a symbol of morality. You're right. They got to have their righteous. It's disgusting.
I don't know when that happened. When did athletes, the people who fucking literally knock each other's teeth out, suddenly become our moral guides in life? It doesn't make fucking sense to me.
Yeah, it's like, these are some of the dumbest people on the planet. Why do you think we would ever want to hear about your fucking ethical, moral codes? This is what an athlete says. They're going to lecture you on fucking shit like this, fucking transgender issue, and then they're going to thank God for all the abilities that they give him. Like, thank Jesus, and so he's put me first, and blah. That's it. That's the intellectual capacity of most of these people. I don't want to hear it.
It is what it is, man. I don't know what that happened.
Wow, it's pathetic. That's a very good point. Well, he tried. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Segueing into trolling and bashing fighters. I want to bash one on here, and a lot of people are going to disagree, and a lot of people are going to agree. Darren Till. He has been
interesting, man.
He's been propped up by the UFC. This motherfucker got a title fight at 170 at welterweight against Woodley, who's a very weak champ. People thought Till was going to win that. He was gifted that. He got his ass kicked. He got submitted. Moves up to 185. And all he's done there is win boring decisions and get his ass beat. He either finished or in decisions. He has not evolved at all. And he's only been propped up. I think he's from Liverpool or something like that. He's got a horrible accent. And the worst thing about this guy, he thinks people want to hear him talk. There was one win he had back in the day. He got the mic. He's like, I'll fucking fight anybody. You can barely understand him because his accent's so thick. And I'll fucking kill all of them. And then he gets in these fights. He doesn't go to kill. He fights to win. He's a point fighter. He's hesitant. He barely throws. He throws just enough to win the fight. And it's boring. And then he talks shit. And then in a real fight, gets his ass beat. Now he's training with Chimaev now. They're trying to make, look, he's trying to. Nothing's gonna happen. He's a never was. He's a bum. He's a bum, and I hope he fucking hears it. He's a bum.
The UFC has ever since the collapse of McGregor, they have been on the lookout for a shit talking like UK Irish dude.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And he shit talks, but he's not backing it up, and he's boring to watch. And the fact is, other than Kobe Covington, how many like real shit talking personas are in the UFC right now? There's just not many, man. Even like Jorge, right? Like Jorge Masvidal, if he was winning more, maybe, but there's just not. They don't have that McGregor-esque person, so they push in what they got, and unfortunately, that's Mr. Bum, Mr. Darren.
It was. You can tell the fighters they try to push. He was one of them, and it's a failure. And I'm sick of seeing him. He's just he's a weak guy like Walker, and then Walker doing the same. It's just like Walker can't fucking handle the talk. You get your girlfriend online to fucking lecture us, and then fucking Darren Till. Oh, I'm training with Chimaev. It's not gonna make a difference, man. You're a bum. You never was. You're not even a gatekeeper. I don't know.
It's just sad because really, Chimaev is the only one that anybody's excited about.
Yeah,
there's nobody else that they're excited about. He's the one. He's the chosen one. You know. They're in desperate need of new blood in the UFC. Somebody has to be coming up the ranks. You know, somebody's got to be in the prelims. That's why we got to watch the prelims, dude. I want to see who the up and comers are. I want to see who's climbing the ladder.
That's a good point. We should do that more. We don't.
Yeah.
Hey, would you call Dana a professional instigator? I mean, is that like if we were really to give him his job title, is that what he does?
I think he's a professional responder to instigation. Like I think he knows how to deal with instigation perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like he's always responding to shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he knows how to take an instigation to the next level.
He's got you're right. He has the best responses to build it up, to make it a little worse. Yeah. Get a little more media coverage. Yeah. You know, growing up, I was always, when people called you an instigator, it was like an insult. Chase, you're an instigator. And it's got a little bit of pride. And like, thank you. Like in my head, I was like, I did. Yeah, I did. Like so-and-so was talking shit, and I might have exaggerated and told so-and-so that they were talking shit. And now they're fucking punching each other in the face. Like, yeah, it's a gift. Now I look at it as a gift. Yeah.
You reminded me, there was a comedian one time. He was talking about Jerry Springer. You remember Jerry Springer? Jerry Springer show.
He's the greatest. He's got Dana White beat. Yeah.
he was like, do you think Jerry Springer wakes up every day, looks in the mirror and goes, all right, gonna start some shit today?
Yeah. that show started with the best intentions. We're gonna get his son who hadn't talked to his mom in 20 years, and it evolved to midgets and fire trucks and fucking racist trying to kill you. That was a great show.
It was great.
It's great because Jerry just went with it. He's like, I'm trying to help people. Fuck it. I'm just gonna.
He used to find the most frothing at the mouth racists. like just somebody, they're in their fucking clan gear, and he'd bring on some Harvard professor or like some black guy. Like,
you hate black people? Well, we have some black people from the hood.
Happen to have some black people and Mexican people. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic, guys. I just Dana's he's got an element of, he understands the instigation game for sure.
Probably Dana and probably Elon, I'd love to meet either one of them. I think they'd be incredible fucking people to hang out with. Be awesome.
Do you know what I was thinking about the other day? I'd like to see. So, have you ever watched those clips of just Dana, like top 10 times Dana White eviscerates somebody?
Yes.
And you know what I realized? He whenever there's a press conference, he knows all those press guys.
Yeah.
And there's guys he likes, and there's guys he hates.
Oh yeah.
The ones he hates, he lets them fucking know that he hates them. I kind of want to be in a press conference just to see the dynamic.
It's so unbelievably fascinating to watch a press conference with Dana White because there was no MMA game before Dana. He brought it up to relevance to where it's a fucking figure on ESPN. So it's like playing a game you created. That's what it is. It's like, oh, here's some people coming to play the game I created. It's a fucking pleasure. It's a pleasure. So many gold nuggets in his fucking interview. Oh, I love him. Fucking.
Do you know what's great? He's never been on Rogan, has he? I don't think he's ever been on Rogan.
No.
Why? Because they're buddies, they're friends. They gotta be, But why is he never?
I don't think he fucking cares. It's just this way.
You think so? I mean, yeah, he's like, listen, my life's almost as good as yours.
He's fucking gambling and fucking doing whatever he does. Yeah,
dude. Have you ever heard the Rogan with Big John McCarthy, the referee?
No.
Listen to that episode, man. He tells the old days of the UFC when they were nothing in Dothan, Alabama. Holy shit. That organization has been through the ringer, man.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I recommend it. Good
that
shit.
is a great John McCarthy. I want to talk about him because I think of him.
Everybody's quality.
Him and Herb Dean. And Herb Dean's fucked up a lot, but he's made a lot of good calls too. But he's fucked up a lot. I cannot tell you one time I've seen Big John fuck up anything. I can't. Every single stoppage he has, I'm like, yes. And even times where there was a fight where this guy, I got hit in the head and my knee was on the ground. He's like, no, you weren't. And then the replay comes up and he was right. He is the best.
Speaking of which, did you ever see when Dana White called out that I think it was Steve Yamagata or
Mazzagatti? Yeah.
Mazzagatti. He destroyed him. He literally publicly executed him. He was like, did anybody think that was a legitimate call? Anybody here? Anybody?
Do you think you could be an MMA ref?
No, that's tough. That's a tough job.
If I was an MMA ref, I would my pendulum would go more toward letting it go too long. Just a bit. Like there might be a punch or two extra, but I would much rather let the guy have his shot. I have seen way too many fights where that ref just jumps in between them. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? This guy's training his life away. Just trained for 8 to 12 weeks. And you just stopped the fight when he was fucking just stunned. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah.
If the fighter ever comes up, the one who was getting their ass beat, then they're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate that.
You've missed out. You intervene when they are unconscious.
So in my MMA organization as well. So I reward handsomely the knockouts and the KOs. But if the ref steps in too early, deduction. Yellow card for the ref. That's right. 10%. Your pay got ducked 10% tonight for that shit fucking move you did.
Oh, I wonder if the Sport and Game Commission of Nevada would agree with that policy.
These are great fucking policies, man. I know.
Hey, the fans would support them. Absolutely, absolutely.
Damn right they would. I am the natural predecessor to fucking Dana White. One day.
Let me tell you something, Chase. I think we helped the sport of MMA today. I think we gave some critical advice that needs to be implemented ASAP.
I fucking agree, man. Fucking life-changing shit.
Sir. Yes, sir. Anything else?
Nada.
We'll call it there.
Adios, amigos.
See you later, guys.